What up, everybody? It's your boy Big Cool coming to you from Colossal Boxing Talk, along with my boy JG from Colossal Boxing Talk. We got some special guests, my bros from the movement, as well as Hoop Jab, Twine the Divine Liberty, and my boy Bernard from the Truth and Facts About Boxing. Introduce yourself, fellas.
I'll go first. Of course, Bernard. I'm one half of Truth and Facts About Boxing, and I'm 1/5 of the Movement Podcast with my partner Twine and Big Cool.
Yeah, shout out to Bo. Like you said, the other half of Truth and Facts About Boxing and 2K on the guys of Boxing Talk. So we're going to start with Amanda Serrano. JG, did you watch the fight, and what's your thoughts off seeing her? I don't know if this is your first time seeing her, but what was your thoughts on the fight and her performance?
You know, it's actually funny when you sent me the video. I actually watched that fight the other night, and I didn't like you said, we don't really follow women's boxing that much. So like when I saw the card coming in the house, I was looking and I was like, oh, Showtime got these women, and so I saw that she was like the first Puerto Rican to win 5 titles. Am I right?
Yeah.
First woman five weight class.
First woman in general.
Yeah, first woman in general. You know what I'm saying? Puerto Rican.
But she's also the first Puerto Rican, I think, in general as well, right?
Yeah.
So I remember catching the interview. So I actually just watched the fight, and I like her a lot. She does something that a lot of the fighters that I like Joshua, Triple G, and even Floyd does, where she was able to dictate where the fight was going because of her lead foot, and she's a southpaw too. So I like that a lot. Only thing that I really didn't like from her as much is that she was throwing the left hook from being the southpaw. But I mean, other than that, I mean, she looked pretty good in there. I mean, it was a good fight. I mean, when I was watching it, the commentators were kind of dick riding her a bit, but because the other chick was hitting her quite a bit, but she was kind of hittable. But I mean, she did her thing, man. She's very talented.
Well, since I don't know, did you get to watch the fight, Bernard? Like, because I know we didn't watch it when we did the podcast. At least I did. I know Twine, you watched it, didn't you?
Yeah, I watched it.
I called it. I mean, she got it out of there. The referee made the proper stop that she was doing. She in the last 2 or 3 rounds, she dictated the pace and kept the pressure on to solidify that W.
Mm-hmm.
Toronto is. I say you should want to look out. If there was a pound-for-pound boxing list for women, Cecilia Bradshaw would be number 1, like 2K said, and Serrano would be number 2.
Twine, anything you want to beg to differ? You want to make a case for Serrano being better than Baracus?
Nah, I mean, the only thing I could give her is because of the multi divisions, because that's something Brackets hasn't done. I would probably have Serrano closer to number 3. She lost to another chick named Christina Hammer. You know, that's pretty bad herself. They trying to line up Christina Hammer with what's up, girl? Clarissa Shields right now. You know? Yeah, Christina Hammer's pretty bad, man. So that'd be my order 1, 2, 3. You know, Brackets, Christina Hammer, and then Amanda Serrano. But you know, bottom line, man, she done history, man. There's been no other women that have done that multi-division thing. The only thing I think about Serrano is not even Puerto Rico. It's just in general, you know, in women's boxing.
No, but she's the first Puerto Rican
I think what Cotto was 4 divisions.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's definitely setting history, man. Like you were saying though, she gets hit a lot. That's her biggest thing. Like she's Puerto Rican. She likes to brawl, but she can fight if she wants to. That's the biggest thing, man. Like that I would wish she would utilize that more, but you know, she likes to bang. You know, that's just what it is. She likes that shit, and you know, that's actually something that man got her in trouble in her loss to Christina Hammer. But you know, they fought previously. But I would definitely have her up there in the pound for pound rankings. Big up on her with this history, man. Showtime bigging up on the women's boxing this year, because you know they got a lot to showcase. You know, a lot of them are just as skilled as the men and take it just as more seriously, if not more seriously than the men. You know, it ain't all the funny games like you see with a lot of the men. in there to where they got the the whole personas and all that, and got to worry about the the characters outside of what we see. You don't see none of that shit with the women. It's just all in the ring with them, and that's what I appreciate most. They take their craft a whole lot more seriously.
Hey, well, speaking of that, why is it that you feel that they take it more seriously than the men? Is it just because we're men, and got the ego, or it's just
the spotlight is on us, man. That's pretty much what it is. They got a lot more to prove because the spotlight is on the men already, so they got to go that much more harder when they in there.
Okay. And what's the welterweight? JG was asking before we went live. What's the welterweight? Is the welterweight equivalent to the men, 147, or is it different?
It's actually it's similar somewhat. I'm not sure if it's the exact same range, but I know it's a similar weight.
You know what? I can look that up real quick.
Yeah, I it's similar as far as weights. I just don't know if it's the same 7-pound difference that you see with in between weights once you get up there with the men. Like it might be closer to 140, 145 kind of thing for welters.
And where is what division is Cecilia in again? She a little higher, right? She
welter.
Welter's a welter. Yeah, she's a welter.
And is that fight possible? Like between her and Serrano?
No.
I think she's too big, man. In my opinion.
Yeah, her and Clarissa was more realistic if brackets went up. You know what I'm saying? Like brackets would have to go up either a weight class or and one would have to come down to who was her and Clarissa Fields. But Serrano's too small for her,
I think Clarissa too big for Cecilia, but
yeah, she's definitely too big. They two weight classes apart, I think.
Any other women on the rise besides Clarissa? In the upcoming game, we know about Amanda Serrano and Cecilia Baracus.
You got Katie Taylor out there in England, and what's the old girl, the UK chick,
Nicola Adams.
Nicola Adams. She's a newbie. She's gonna be doing good. There's a couple of them on the rise that's gonna be coming up. Christina Hammer, like I said, she's a pretty bad broad that's in there right now.
Who was the young lady that fought on the undercard of Josefito Lopez fight a couple weeks ago? I forgot her name. I want to say Mary Stella, but I may be wrong.
I can't think of her last name though.
Okay, but yeah, like she's coming up. We got LaTondra Jones. I want to say of the Mayweather promotion.
Yeah.
Let me answer the real quick. Welterweight division in the women's is 141 pounds, and the middleweight is 152 pounds.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I know the weight spread is a little bit different amongst the women.
And they don't have that many divisions in the women. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2K's gonna have to change that hashtag.
Hey.
Y'all don't know what the hashtag is. 2K gonna have to change the hashtag, man.
Yeah, it's something like all the divisions. He said it before. He said it all the time.
17 for men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 17 for men. So he said real fans watch all 34. I was saying real fans watch all 38 because of the Canelo on two-way classes. But that's all got to change. That's all got to change. You've been off the whole time, so I get to red 2K. So yeah, that's a good one right there.
This might be a far-fetched because, like I said, I don't watch women's boxing, but it's some Serrano and Baracus making a case for being arguably the all-time, greatest female boxers, or they still got a ways to go.
Baracus has pretty much done it right now because she's the only unified champ in boxing. So that pretty much shows a lot right there. There's no other unified champs in boxing. I mean, undisputed, not unified, but undisputed. She owns everything. And she
got like 6 belts, man.
Yeah, she got every damn thing in that division. You don't have anything like that in men's boxing right now, so that kind of trumps her, above anything right now. Even though I kind of got to give Serrano some praise because she's done it in 5 divisions, but she does have that loss to Christina Hammer as well. But Baracus right now, I kind of got to give her the edge. But I would like to see her make a move up possibly, which I think is something that may happen because she was looking a little bit chunky in her last fight. But she I don't know if she's struggling to get down to the welterweight or not. But I definitely think we may see her as a multi-division titleist before it's all said and done as far as brackets. But she has the edge as far as being the greatest women's boxer ever right now for me.
Hopefully they get Celia on Showtime, man, and kind of get them locked up and kind of, keep pushing that movement towards for the women's boxers because they are skillful and talented, man. Like y'all said, they hungry, because they got to prove themselves more. But on to the next topic, man. We're going to start off with JG since us three, discussed this. Man, the problem, the can man, Adrien Broner, seems to can't get out of his own way, man. You think it's time for Al Haymon to cut ties with AB and, let him be his own problem?
You know what, man? I know a lot of people, I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but yeah. I'm normally one of the guys that say forgiveness, but I mean, how many chances do you get to, mess up what you have? And I think it's time for Al to cut ties with him, but not necessarily just cut ties with him. He got to do it the right way, cutting ties with him. Don't just cut him off because at this point, Adrien Broner is still a name out there, and he's still going to sell tickets. So how does Al cut ties with him? He start putting them in there with that cesspool of welterweights that they got up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they said that Al Haymon said that there's no more cherry picking. There's no more, of those easy fights. And there's a lot of welterweights out there that would love that cash. Or what he could do is set up a fight where, they're kind of flirting with the idea of Broner fighting a couple of the Aram guys like Pacquiao or Crawford. I mean, in my opinion, that's the way that you set it up to cut ties with them and, cash them out. I hate to say cash them out because I'm not one of those type of guys, but Adrien Broner at this point, he can't stop, man. He's just a problem.
And that is a tricky situation because we all know Broner is talented and is capable of beating a lot of guys on a given night if he's all the way there. What if Al Haymon does that and it kind of, backfires a little bit? Is that the worst thing that can happen? Is that Adrien Broner upset one of these top guys, which is gonna bring more money and more opportunity, which gonna make his ego even bigger? So is it best to just cut ties, period, and make him earn that opportunity somewhere else instead of just we know his flaws as a fighter. This matchup isn't favorable for him, so I'm gonna put him in there anyway, even though he's skillful and can win. I mean, it could backfire. You might have to just sit him in the corner and say, you know what? I got to let you go. You get your mind right, I'll bring you back in. But, giving him another opportunity like a Garcia or whoever it may be, him winning is just going to kind of enable him more to, just do what he want to do.
I guess that's a good problem to have, in my opinion.
For Al, it is.
Yeah, for Al. I'm just talking about for Al. Al and his brand, at this point, like, putting together some really, really good fights. So, I mean, we all know that he's been looking out for Adrien for a long time. At this point, though, it's like Al's, if he let him go, all Aaron going to do is pick him up and, make money. He's going to make money regardless of wherever he goes.
I disagree. With a few of the things. I'm just saying. I don't think Aaron's going to pick him up. I think it's more that we already seen what happened. Adrien Granados was the test for Broner. Yeah, he beat him, but it was a close fight. Could have went either way. It was. I thought he won.
The other guy
was won. Yeah, I thought Granados won as well.
Granados won.
So yeah, so look at that. So we already seen it. We thought, okay, Broner was focused. Now with the events that have happened and everything, you can't really control what happened, but we know what he does. I thought he was calming down. He was spending time with his family. He had the suicide. Like you said, I do agree with you. Rather we put him in there with certain welterweights and let him see what he's gonna do. But technically, he could end up putting him in the Amir Khan category as a sideshow. Because look at Amir Khan. He got a Canelo fight. Got knocked out. He's technically the sideshow right now. His other sideshow is Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He got a Canelo fight. So don't be surprised if you see Broner finally, you know what, hey, you know what, we're going to finally put you in there with possibly a Pacquiao or a Terrence Crawford as a sideshow. Because it pretty much, he's going to keep him, but he's going to be the cash cow sideshow. That's how the best way to probably put it.
I definitely could agree with that, man. I mean, that's the only way I see things boiling down. If Arum does decide to pick up, it would be for him to be a sideshow to Pacquiao or in Crawford to make that an in-house, make that an in-house situation. You know how Top Rank like to do. Yeah, you know how Top Rank like to do anyway about that in-house fight. They make them more attractive for Top Rank. As far as any other faction, nah, they ain't fucking with them. Outside of Uncle Al, nobody gonna fuck with him. When he fall from glory, it's gonna be a fucked up fall. So,
so the question is, do you think any other promoters will pick him up, like Lou DiBella? He
with Al Haymon. He with Al Haymon, but
he got his own promotional company.
So that's a good thing to do. He may fall back and just be a promoter.
Yeah. When he
could.
Let him know if he ain't got that name no more though. Like he got
Easter Junior.
He got Easter though.
If Easter Junior leave him though, you know what I'm saying? If Easter Junior leave him, who he got? You know what I'm saying?
Warren.
Rashi Warren, that's about it. He ain't
right.
more. He ain't
no cash cow in the making.
Right.
Man, do y'all think he seriously have an issue, or he crying out? I mean, do you think he crying out for help, or he's just doing this for attention? Because, I mean, if he's doing this for attention, it's really, beyond lame and beyond pathetic. You know what I'm saying? Because he got everything he can. Go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you saying attention. Broner is an attention-seeking whore. He's a flashy, young, flashy guy. I'm a Leo. He's a Leo. I don't look for attention. I don't know why. I don't get it, but it could be a sign thing. But like I told on the podcast, I got people that know Broner's family. They some wild cats over there. Yeah. So don't be surprised at all the things he's done. Because we was talking about Broner on Tuesday. That Wednesday morning he got shot up. He got his truck shot up. I took the test. He said, "Man, I'm not even surprised." So could it be intention? I can't say a shooting gradually intention, but then again, I wouldn't be surprised. It could be a number of things. Any publicity, good publicity could be in his eyesight. You got his name, and you got his name. You're talking about.
But
I definitely it's both. He knows how to keep his name in the limelight. He didn't learn that from Floyd. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like Floyd with the insecurity issues, he got. Broner got some deep-seated issues. You know what I'm saying? Like so.
Last week.
But look. Not to cut you off, but Floyd is an insecure legend. He got the wrong thing from Floyd. You know what I'm saying? He picked up, Floyd's, publicity stunt, ability. He didn't pick up nothing in terms of his work ethic, the way he approaches it mentally. That's the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's no excuse. You got a personal relationship with the guy. You got film you can go watch. I mean, you be in the gym watching him, and you just want to pick up how to act like a damn nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's the only we can do that. We can do that just you know what I'm saying? We can do that in our regular life. We don't need no help on doing that. And he picked up that. Come on, Broner. A shame on you, man.
You can say that about the majority of this era of boxers, though. They pick up the flashy side of Floyd and not his ethic. I mean, they see the money and the shine, but they don't see that he lived a fighter's lifestyle because, he always was flashy. They don't know that he wasn't drinking, even though he was in the clubs with his boys and, flashing money and all that.
But he always said, though, Floyd always said, what he said in a recent interview, a few months ago, when he criticized fighters for wanting too much money before earning it, he said people watch Money Mayweather. They don't watch, Pretty Boy Floyd. He said plenty of times where, don't watch where I'm at now. Watch where I was to where I got to. You know what I'm saying? He said plenty. I mean, it's a process, man. You can't jump from About Billion or Adrien Broner to About Billions. He ain't. What's his biggest win, man? What's his biggest win?
And not
Broner?
Even that is his biggest win.
What's Broner's biggest win?
DeMarco,
I think.
That's his best win. That was probably his favorite fighter.
Look at who he went against. He went against the top out at the time, maybe a top welterweight Maidana, and lost to him. He went against Porter at welterweight and lost. You could give him the Paulie Malignaggi fight as another name, but let's look at it though. When Broner goes against other top names, he doesn't bring his A game. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or
he might don't have it to bring. He might don't have it. He might just be a B-level fighter.
He is.
He is, dog.
because he's around too many enablers right now. I mean, I personally feel like he's needed to switch camps for a while, even though he works with what's his name, Barry Hunter.
Stafford and Barry Hunter.
But Barry Hunter, man, is not effective with him. You know, even though Barry Hunter can keep it real, you know, Broner ain't gonna listen because he got so. I mean, your daddy still brushing your hair at 28 years old. Something wrong. Something's wrong.
I said he has an enabler in Mike Stafford, but you know that's a whole other different story.
Yes, man, Abler is his daddy, and I ain't no parent, I ain't trying to be critical, but that's where it start off at.
Well, he said something the other day about like he can make 135, but he like to eat.
I posted it,
and I'm like, dude, like 135, like that's if you can make 135, you'd be elite there. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. You're at 147, and you're saying the only times I lost is when I'm at 147. Stay the fuck away from 147 then.
Hey, yo,
he contradicted himself, man, because he say he can make 140. You know what I'm saying? Recently. But then when you see him before the Granada, said I can't do it no more.
Hey, I can't make 142. A catch with a 142, call it in, make it 147, please. Come on now. Now I literally asked this question. I'm gonna ask y'all. I asked in the group. With that statement he just said, is Broner pretty much lazy, or he actually can't make weight?
He don't live a fighter's lifestyle.
Right. He drink. I don't know. He probably smoked.
No, he actually started working out after his fight against Granados. He was doing good. He was going to the gym, doing little workouts and everything like that. Then, right around, I want to say when that whole tank situation we got with Floyd, I ain't seen him in the gym since. He's been eating, you could tell.
He look like he's still in somewhat decent shape, you know what I'm saying, from the video. He look like he in decent, he can make 147 if he had to, without a struggle. But I mean, like you said, he a lazy motherfucker, I guess. That money made him lazy. He started decreasing fucking
He got it too fast, man. He got it too fast. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't earn it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely could agree with you. He probably might have came. A lot of it might have came too fast for him. I mean, and it's one of those things where I think the persona may have taken over what he really is. So the persona is what he's riding on more than what people saw in him as far as a boxer previously. That's what he's riding on at this moment because, I mean, you look at his recent history as far as his opponents. He hasn't fought nobody that big or nobody like that as far as stature since Porter. And, they've been doing shit to try and build him back up, maybe to build up his confidence. That's what I get more than anything. They're trying to build his confidence back up. He didn't seem that confident against Sean Porter. So, I mean, I see a lot of this being, for him, he's a mental head case, man. He's just as insecure as Floyd in both ways.
Floyd a motherfucking insecure legend. And I take an insecure legend over a fucking insecure never was any day. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question.
Floyd wasn't insecure in the ring mentally. That's the difference, Floyd had to have the mentals inside the ring, he had the outside character, but AB ain't got the same skill set that Floyd had, and that's where AB finds himself falling back right now. He can't fall back on the mentals and the discipline because he ain't never had it.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. If you swapped out the skills of Floyd Mayweather with Adrien Broner, Floyd he wouldn't be undefeated, but he wouldn't have that many losses because the mental game. We just talking about physical skills, and he still kept his mental. I mean, he'll find a way to win because it ain't like Broner don't got the skills to be elite.
I don't think Floyd would have lost with the guys that he fought. That Broner fought.
No,
not mentally strong.
Yeah, it's a discipline thing with Broner, man. He doesn't live a fighter's lifestyle, and we've seen it. Floyd stay in the gym. We see it from guys like Terrence Crawford and Spence of this era. Even when they're not fighting, they're in the gym somehow, some way. Broner, he don't stay in the gym after fights. You know what I'm saying? He be wilding out. So
Easter Jr. got some of them same characteristics with the whole lifestyle. I don't think mentally. I think he's stronger than Broner, but that's gonna creep up and clip him if he don't distance himself.
I said the same thing about Robert Easter. I think he needs to switch camps as well. Like his dad is still his trainer, but I think when you get to the pro game, you got to start getting with the guys that's going to make you grow. And I don't see Easter growing as a fighter right now, which it concerns me, even though he's got all the physical assets you could ask for. You know, he's like a Thomas Hitman Hearns at 135 as far as his length, his power. But I think he really needs to switch up his training team, man, and just his team in general. Getting away from home is good. Yep. I don't know why people are so ashamed of that, but getting away is good for your focus. You know, Gil Scott Heron has this song called "Home Is Where the Hatred Is." You know, and you notice he got into his he get into a lot of shit back home in Cincinnati. Even recently, getting arrested, his car getting shot up, and all this shit. Right. Stay away, you moved to Atlanta. You're supposed to be getting away.
I don't think Atlanta should have been a good place for him too.
It probably not.
He in Atlantic. He in all the strip clubs every night, probably, man.
It's probably
like yo. You know what?
Hatred is true.
I follow him on social media. I follow a lot of fighters on social media. It's like, Dad, I give somebody that got a good work ethic. Chris Eubanks Jr. Good work ethic. If you could even have that alone, you know what I'm saying?
Hard work beats talent every day.
He's elite fighter. I'm not saying you make elite fighter or that IBO world champion. I'm just saying his work ethic. His work ethic alone. Occasionally, he may take a week off or whatever, or 2 weeks, go out of the style, and he's right back. And even then, when he's out of town, he's working out and doing what he's supposed to do as a fighter. 24/7.
Put it like this, bro. I'm gonna close it out like this, because Twine mentioned Sean Porter. When Sean Porter made 144, when we all thought that was just a death trap, that let me know right there where his mind was at. He made 144 comfortably, and he went in there and handled his business. It's all about the mind state, man. If you live it and own it, you'll be great. If not, you'll be Broner. But anyway, next to the next topic, man. Amir Khan. Amir King Kong, Amir Chinny Kong, whatever you want to call him, man. He on a suicide mission. We know Keith one time Thurman ain't been knocking suckers out like he once had before he stepped up, but this is a guaranteed knockout if the fight happens, which I highly doubt it will. But Keith Thurman didn't look so eager to be, get in the ring with, Sean Porter for a rematch, and really didn't care about entertaining a potential fight with Errol Spence if he takes care of business.
Yeah, he sure as hell didn't.
Plus, he looking a little chunky anyway in there. He looked like he been eating good. He unified. He been eating shrimp and lobster. You know what I'm saying? Getting his belly rubbed by his girl. You know what I'm saying? So, that motherfucker been chilling.
Baller belly.
Yeah, looking like, a DeBarge. You got, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, Bernard, what's your thoughts on this, man? Would you give Thurman a pass for this fight just because, it's if you knew he was gonna fight Porter or Spence next, would you give him a pass for this fight? And what chance would you give Khan in winning this fight?
I would actually give him a pass. I'll give Thurman a pass because he fought Porter. So he had the accident that pushed the Porter fight back. Then he waited pretty much almost I want to say a year to fight. Then he so he fight 2 top competitors. I wouldn't necessarily call Khan a tune-up. It would be Khan is still a contender. It's more Khan needs a tune-up because he needs to test that dick beater he had surgery on. So I wouldn't give Thurman the pass. I'll give Thurman the pass if he takes it, knowing he's going to get a particular type of either Spence or Porter for those 2. But Khan needs to tune up before he goes in there against Thurman. And then if he goes in there now, I give him a 30% chance.
That's too high in my opinion. But
I would think it's a 30% chance only because of that chin. I'm talking about in terms of skill size, the ring rust, and everything being outside the ring. Khan gained weight even from the surgery, after the surgery. So he got to get that weight off. He got to get, when he gets in the ring, it's a 30% chance, in my opinion. 25% to 30%.
I'm going to tell you why I won't give Keith Thurman a pass.
Okay.
And I'm going to just say his name, Lamont Peterson. That's a way better fight for Keith Thurman. And plus, he's the WBA mandatory. You know what I'm saying? If you can fight him, you know, Lamont, he kind of chinny, but he ain't as chinny as Khan, and he's proven himself, you know.
I mean, his knockouts have come against Lucas Matisse, and I mean, motherfuckers, that was really some powerhouses. You know what I'm saying? I just want to go on record as saying this though. Khan, fuck you.
Oh shit.
He was already the WBC mandatory to fight motherfucking Garcia and Thurman, and for him to try and thrust himself back in the spotlight now to fight Thurman for the WBC when he was already that dude, fuck him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I agree.
You needed to tune up before Kell Brook, who's a current champ at 147. Fuck you. You know, but you want to.
He took all my points.
I can't go. He, like Bernard was saying in the earlier segment, man. It's a straight up slideshow thing with Amir Khan right now. You can't take him serious, but for anything.
I want to fight McGregor. If you don't want to fight, you can't get a fight before
he a groupie, man. He a groupie. He like a female that's trying to get with any top celebrity. Like, oh no, I get with Usher. I get with Chris Brown. I get with whoever I can get to get some. Yeah, he'll go. Like, bro,
Amir Gold Digger Khan. He just looking for the cash. He's a sideshow. Trust and believe.
And it's crazy.
Haymon was gonna throw him against Pacquiao. That's money. If it happens, trust me. Haymon, if he doesn't push Broner, he's gonna try to push that Khan fight again.
JG, what's your thoughts, man?
I'm in line with Twine on this. I didn't mean to rhyme, but like, I mean, like, yeah, but I mean, the dude always do this, man. He always trying to skip the line, man. He wants all the fruits, no labor. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see the cesspool of welterweights out there, man, and all of a sudden you want the top guy and you ain't fought nobody at the weight. Like, seriously, can anybody name me anybody that he fought at welterweight to really even deserve this? I mean, what, Devin Alexander a couple years ago?
Three-time champ Devin Alexander.
He fought him a couple of years ago. All right, cool. That was a couple of years ago, though. Mm-hmm. Algieri. Trying to wait for the Floyd fight.
People think he lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people think he lost to Algieri, including me. So, I mean,
it was a close fight.
He didn't necessarily look good at 147 against guys that could give us some problems.
Why won't he call out William Peterson or call out Danny Garcia? Avenge those losses.
I think he's called out for the rematch against Garcia. He was actually in line to fight for the WBC as a mandatory before whatever happened. I don't know if it was stripped away from him for fighting Canelo or it might have been afterwards, but he was actually the WBC silver belt holder and was mandatory to fight Danny Garcia already.
He almost got killed for some money, man, going against Canelo. That's what, like Bernard said, he a gold digger. He almost lost his life to just go up for a fight that he didn't have no chance. I can see if he had a 50 or 60% chance. He had no chance to win that fight, even though he started off good. But
I got.
He might still be ranked up in there in the WBC because from my recollection, Berto and Porter were number 3 and 4 in the WBC. So I'll check that right now. But still might be in the WBC rankings.
The WBC loves him. Of course he's up there.
Why you doing that, Antoine? Be cool. Technically, Peterson is not the mandatory, the way the WBA does it. He's the regular champion.
Okay.
Thurman's the super. Whoever is Peterson's whoever the inter champion of the WBA has to fight Peterson. But if the WBA decides to consolidate the belt, then they'll make that fight between Thurman and Peterson if they choose to. But as for Amir Khan, I want to say that is there a chance that he could possibly be a sideshow against, or maybe a fight against Timothy Bradley? Timothy Bradley has a fault since Pacquiao, and Khan has a fault since getting stretched out. Hello,
sorry.
Still fight.
Let one jump in.
Okay.
Garcia ranked number 1 by WBC. I don't know how after losing this belt. Amir Khan number 2. Porter and Berto 3 and 4. So
That's the current rankings?
Yeah, that's the current
They
rankings.
probably haven't changed it yet.
No wonder Khan is calling them out.
I told y'all the WBC loved that dude. They love him. Dude.
I knew this beforehand that shit Porter and Berto were 3 and 4, fighting for the eliminator, but I just didn't know if Amir Khan was still that high up or not, considering, he had...
Who has he fought? He got knocked out. Who has he fought to be the number 2?
But they're not going to count that. Hold on. That was the Canelo weight. There's not welterweight. It's the Canelo weight.
No,
I understand.
I agree with that, but what have you done for me lately?
Yo, yeah, I agree with you on that part, but if you say he's not going to get covered, people can say, well, it technically was at 155 Canelo weight.
All right,
but as welterweight, he hasn't fought anybody. I agree.
Okay. Let me ask you this: is there a chance of a rematch with Garcia and Thurman? Because you just said he's number 1. Maybe that's why Keith Thurman is how he is. He knows that Al Haymon may be plotting a rematch with Garcia for November. I mean, it wasn't. I don't think it's rematch worthy this instant, but it wasn't a bad fight.
To my knowledge, the WBC, the fight between Porter and Berto was a WC title eliminator for the next shot at Thurman. So the 1 and 2 with Garcia and Khan, nah, I don't necessarily see that happening before. This is kind of how I see things lining up for Thurman, because I think he's going to end up pushing this agenda himself. If I'm Keith Thurman, I'm thinking I want that Lamont Peterson fight. I want the WBA to order that fight before WBC gets a chance to order anything, or before even Errol Spence's name comes up. And the IBF shit is just something that would be optional anyway. So, I mean, he's probably looking towards fighting Lamont Peterson more than a rematch with Porter. That's what I'm thinking right now for him. He seems to be angling for a Pacquiao fight. I mean, that's what I got from his most recent post, his little interview on Showtime recently. He's angling for the Pacquiao fight, but if it comes down to it between the organizations, he's hoping for the WBA to order that Lamont Peterson fight. He don't want to see Porter again. That's for sure. He don't.
Pacquiao has the WBO, right?
Yeah. But my thing is, Keith Thurman is in tough regardless, whether he faces Lamont Peterson, Spence, Porter again, or Brook.
So it's a strategic thing for him now. He got to get Uncle Al to push some buttons. You know what I'm saying? I don't want this WBA fight right now. I don't want this WBC fight. I don't want this Porter rematch right now. He just got in my ass. You know what I'm saying? He made me work too hard.
One thing I tell you about Pete, man, I'm a big Lamont Peterson fan.
We all are. Especially this motherfucker Bernard, you know what I'm saying? We all like King Pete.
You know what?
Yeah,
man,
if he lose, he gonna have Keith Thurman, pissing blood. I say that. I tell you that just because the way he gonna work the body. He might get knocked out because he fight reckless at times.
Man, Keith gonna beat his ass.
I like Lamont Peterson's chances in this.
I don't even like Keith Thurman.
I think Keith Thurman's power is a little bit overrated, honestly.
I do too.
It is.
As he stepped up in competition, the knockouts have gone away. You know what I'm saying? So
shoulder surgery. From his shoulder, from having shoulder surgery.
Yeah. I don't know if it's from shoulder surgery or not, but as he's up competition, that's what I've mainly noticed.
Okay.
He hurt. Go ahead, Troy. My bad. Go ahead.
I've noticed mainly from as the competition has stepped up, his knockouts have become less. I think a lot of it is a part of the shoulder surgeries too, though. That could be attributed to it.
But you got to.
I think it has to do with stamina.
Porter has always had great chins. We already know that. So they've always had great chins. Porter only been dropped once, I believe, and that was by Broner in the 12 and they fight. I just think Pete, man, if he could fight smart, if he can approach the fight and somewhat like he did Danny, even though Danny, he isn't a mover like, Thurman is. He can't move laterally, like Thurman. I mean, if he could just kind of frustrate him, get him to the second half of the fight.
And by no means, none of these fights are easy for Keith. But, I mean, if I'm Keith Thurman, I'm thinking Lamont Peterson is the guy I want to fight as opposed to a Porter or Spence who's going to be in my ass all night. You know what I'm saying? You know what you're getting with those two, especially with Porter. You know, we've seen it already, and I think Porter will be even more prepared for a second fight.
I think Porter wins the rematch.
Exactly. I mean, I
don't know if I got him winning the rematch.
But, look, man,
I don't know why.
I covered the first.
Why.
If he was in the crowd, everybody was booing for motherfucking. Everybody was booing.
Oh, I thought Porter won the first one. Don't get me wrong. I just think that I don't know why. I just think Keith gonna knock him out the second time. I don't know why. It's just a hunch.
I just feel like Keith don't want those problems, man. To fight a guy like Porter, you got to really be up to it. I mean, mentally, and you got to be in condition because you see what he did to Berto. He really had Berto want to quit at times in that fight. You know, if you keep constantly looking at the referee, it's like, come on, dog. He kill him out there, you know what I'm saying? He killing me. Please, like, help me. He like, help me, nigga, help me. You know, he wasn't even black. He was like,
I ain't gonna say that, man. Nah, actually, you know, this is gonna sound really funny, but I think that Berto looked probably the best I've seen him look in a while in that fight. Even though he was getting headbutted and Sean was all up in him, you know what I'm saying? Like he was pretty sharp. He was landing some good shots.
Yeah,
but yeah.
That is true. He definitely got some good shots off, and you know you got to think both of those fighters were close to year layoffs. So I mean that they haven't been active. You know they've been sparring and shit like that and working out in the gym, but they haven't been in active fights. So I mean you know you gotta take it at perspective. You know at the certain factors, certain things like that. But I certainly think it's one of those things where he took his will. You know he definitely took his will, man. Like you know you see him looking at there, get this motherfucker off me.
Nah, but I ain't gonna lie, man. That headbutt he got hit with that last one, no, that really was a headbutt, though. Like, it was, but he probably just fell down.
I mean, that's crazy. Nobody saw that until after the fight. Like, you know, it took slow-mo to actually see where that knockdown came from, but it was real shit. It was a headbutt.
He went back to the ropes, man, like, damn.
It's fucked up that got called a knockdown today.
Be cool.
Yeah, I'm back. My bad.
You gonna focus your own show?
Nah, I was talking to my girl. But my next topic is Deontay Wilder calling out Joseph Parker for a fight in July unification bout. JG, man, you like this? You know, because we talked about it on the show.
Yeah.
You know, they was talking about they would prefer him call out Joseph Parker instead of taking on Burmester Vern in a rematch that's not needed. So what's your thoughts on this?
I agree with that. We already saw what we saw with the Stavern fight. I really don't think that fight warranted a rematch. I thought it was a clear win for Wilder. I mean, eventually, you know, he unifies or something like that, and Stavern becomes a mandatory. You know, absolutely. But Joseph Parker's fresh. You know, he has a following out there. He has a belt. Stavern doesn't have a belt, so why not unify with Joseph Parker? Even though I'm not that high on Joseph Parker, I just think Wilder should start him and take his belt. That's where I'm at with that.
I'm gonna go ahead and let you pass it to Bernard first. I kind of want to hear what he got to say before I chime in on this.
All right.
Terms as the Deontay Wilder and Parker situation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I don't mind Deontay Wilder. My thing has always been Aaron. Is Aaron gonna let that WBO heavyweight belt go? I told you, I want everybody to do some research.
They can't see you.
All the top ranked champions got WBO belts. It was just they left up and got the junior welterweight WBC belt for Terrence Crawford.
As opposed to,
Yeah. So, who? I hate to say this.
Get the fucking
this is gonna be really messed up. I just think for some reason, Aaron saying no, you don't want Wilder to give me dominance reveal for the unification bout. I just see Aaron. No, I just said this is what Aaron, because Aaron's a cherry picker.
Fucking cracker, you
You can't pick fight. And then if Dominic goes in for the upset, you can have that Wilder Brazil unification bout under Al Haymon.
Was Brazil picked as a stand-in though? Like they haven't found.
Brazil already thought. Brazil didn't pick a stand-in. Brazil also said he wants to fight Joseph Parker for the WBO belt as well.
Because I heard picking somebody else already that's like number 15 or some shit like that. Like it ain't about you, Jasmine. Yeah, it's some fucked off shit. If it was Wilder, y'all would have been in his ass. You know what I'm saying? They would have been all over Wilder for him fighting the top 15 guy. Even though it's, you know, but I guess I'll put it like this. I was about to get into some shit in one of the groups last night because you know, one of the guys that saw the post about Wilder or his video about him calling Parker out and saying let's unify. You know, he's like, you know, it's a crap fight. It's a crap fight this week. You know what I'm saying? It's cherry picking. You wasn't saying that shit about motherfucking Huey Fury fighting Parker. You know what I'm saying? That shit is even more weak. And, you know, we try for motherfucking unification bouts all the time in boxing, but you got one coming and you gonna motherfucking complain. You know, that shit had me hot to the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But it's good. I appreciate it. You know, we need it. We got one happening with Klitschko and Joshua. We could have one possibly with Parker and Wilder. Let's get to this shit on, man. Stop bullshitting. Stop bullshitting. You know, we want unified champs. We want it. You know, I don't know. I was just set off by that because it's something I saw in the groups about guys complaining about the fight being crap. What's crap about a unification fight? He wasn't talking shit about Burns and Ndongo.
Right.
So I'm like, why are you going
to I think that we all agree that Parker is the winner of the heavyweight division champion, right?
Absolutely.
But would you not go after that? We see that shit happen with Jarrett Hurd. You know, everybody gunning for him.
But I mean, once you become a champion, you a target.
Exactly. I mean, so
you're a champion. You're technically an elite fighter because, and I'm not talking about skill-wise, but once you win a championship, you're an elite fighter. You're an elite. Now, you're a target. So they're coming for you. Other champions as well as top contenders are coming for you. So you need to either A, buckle down and fight and keep that belt, or A, throw it away, give it to somebody else, let somebody else fight for it.
I mean, you know, at the same time, they wouldn't be shitting on the Joshua and Parker. You know, Parker was aiming for Anthony Joshua. Nobody complained about that. But now, Wilder and Parker is a bad unification. I don't understand it.
You understand it perfectly because what is Wilder? He's a black American. That's what it is. What's the difference between, like you said, Joshua calling out Parker if he were to do so? What, he's from the UK. The UK, they back their fan base. Who's the ones talking shit?
Hold on. Most likely. I got a quick question. And this makes me wonder, right? Tyson was black and he was a heavyweight, right? Mm-hmm. Muhammad Ali was black and was a heavyweight, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wilder's black and he's a heavyweight and y'all complaining? I'm not talking about skill-wise, people. So if you no, I'm talking about being black
villains.
Heavyweight champion.
Yeah, they played villain roles, but even Ali in his time was a villain. Didn't nobody give a fuck about Ali.
Because Wilder is that happy guy, very charismatic, but he doesn't play the villain role, so he got to play the villain role.
You got to be a villain role. That's pretty much what it is. You see Andre Ward is squeaky clean in the motherfucker. They don't like him. You know what I'm saying? But you see, we still talking about Floyd. He's been retired for 2 years. You play that villain role. We still talking about AB. You play that villain role. You know, he ain't even.
No, brothers are playing villain role.
They like a black dude to act up, man.
Man. Yeah. That's
But check this out, though. Tyson Fury over in the UK played the villain role, and they still loved his ass over there.
Yeah.
It's this country, man. It's this country.
That color, too.
Yep.
Yeah, and what I was on that same post because it was my post that Twine commented on. It's like Frank Coonan, who I got respect. You know, he on
Me
yeah,
both from him and Mark. You know that they
yeah.
cool to the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I chop it
But
up with him all the time, but I just was really taken off keen by that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't expecting that, but especially from him.
and like we all want Wilder to step up and face those guys. You know what I'm saying? We be lying if we say, oh man, keep fighting the guys you fighting. But right now, for whatever reason, we don't know. You know, he's fighting who he's fighting. He had a chance to fight Povetkin. That fell through. So we kind of, I think anything else now, less than a Povetkin level type fighter is going to be criticized. It's not that many great heavyweights, man. It's not that many great.
It's not his fault the shit that happened with the WBC situation. So why are we holding Wilder at fault?
No. Let fans tell it, because I've heard people justifying him failing that test. You know what I'm saying? Like Povetkin failing the test and then Wilder ducked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's nuts out here, man. He's supposed to, I don't know, he's supposed to make him have a clean test.
Yeah. You can't get he can't get the benefit of the doubt, man. You got the shit with the WBC. He goes there to fight his mandatory, who everybody thinks Povetkin is going to whoop his ass and beat him anyway. He go over there to Russia to fight the dude. It's still his fault the fight didn't happen. It's still his fault. This shit with Vernon Ortiz happened with the WBC. It's Deontay Wilder's fault. It's his fault that Parker decided to go after Hughie Fury and Joshua instead of taking unification that he called months ago. So, I mean, he can't win for losing, bro. And I'm like, he's trying to step up. People dogging him for shit that he's done in the past. I don't blame him. But, you got to go, Boston is what have you done for me now lately? What is he trying to get done? And what's preventing him? Is it him or is it other shit? So keep things in perspective, man.
Yeah, I just feel. Go ahead, Twan. My bad.
Being a villain in America as a black fighter, did y'all see that shit on Boxing Scene?
Which one? Or what topic?
The Shakur Stevenson article. Meant the making of a black superstar.
Oh shit! I thought I might have seen it. Who was at the top? Who was in the picture? I think who was at the top?
The Shakur.
Yeah, I seen it. I didn't read. I seen it.
But you see, I mean, you could actually make articles like that in America. I looked at it like, this is some bullshit and a half, man. I mean, they didn't say that.
I gotta get that right award now.
That about Lomachenko building a superstar, building the white superstar. You know what I'm saying? So
And about Lomachenko, man, because we keep it real, CBT in the movement. You know how we all respect his skill, but people acting like that. I seen somebody say he's the most skilled fighter in history or they ever seen. I'm like, bruh, it take 8-9 fights in. Say that when he lose 2
with an L.
Yeah. I'm about to say that skill ain't do nothing for Salido.
And they want to say, well, his experience, then Salido came in.
Mikey put his ass out.
Like I said, man. Like I said, Wilder gonna give us the fights that we want. It just take time. It's not great heavyweights out there. I could see him facing Luis Ortiz in July. Cause I thought about that today. Cause Luis, he ain't getting no younger. He might as well just go straight for the fight. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Both guys really, pretty much coming off injuries. Wilder the shoulder and the bicep or whatever, and then Ortiz with a finger or something he hurt. So I mean, make the fight happen, man. What'd you say, Bernard?
And I think he might want the winner of the Klitschko Joshua fight. I think that's what he's gonna wait for.
I'm gonna put it like this, man. Like Vic Carrington said, man, whoever defeats Deontay Wilder, if it happens, they not gonna blow through him. You know what I'm saying? And getting knocked out don't mean you getting blown through. It happens, but they not about to just 3 rounds and under KO. Deontay Wilder. He too athletic, he got skills, got a very good jab to reach. I mean,
yeah, and the funny thing, I don't think Deontay is showcasing the most of his skill set right now.
He need a new trainer, man.
Outside of the or outside of his main trainer.
He need it all. I mean, I wish Emmanuel Stewart was still alive, man. Rest his soul, but
Man,
Wow, that's funny that you just
would
said
love the
that.
hell out of fucking Deontay Wilder with that height and reach. Yeah, he fucking treat him like Lennox Lewis, boy. Man, yeah,
Y'all see
he
the article?
Deontay. An
You
American
said,
too? Yeah.
yeah, he
Yeah.
would have had him right. What'd you say, Bernard?
It's funny that y'all just mentioned Emmanuel Stewart. I was going through boxing team to see the article Twine was talking about. But apparently there's an article saying Wilder, Stewart wouldn't have allowed Fury to beat Klitschko.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I did see that.
I'm gonna post that in our room.
Maybe he right, but maybe we gonna find out. Like I said, we about to talk about that fight in a few minutes. We gonna find out if that statement from Wilder, Anyway, let's go and get right into it, man. Vladimir Klitschko going in as the underdog, as a severe underdog by a lot of people. I mean, I know you picking Bernard. I know you picking AJ to win, but I don't think you see it as just a one-sided fight. And I know me and Twine picking Klitschko to win, but he's been out of the ring for 18 months. He just turned 41 last month, and he really like I said, it could be a passing of the torch type situation because like I said, he's been a champion for the longest. Fought everybody who he could in his division, in his era. Only has 4 L's and avenged 2 of those. Tried to avenge the third one, or the fourth one, but Tyson Fury, I believe, punked out of the rematch. And, JG, let you start on this since they talked about it. Man, give us a breakdown, prediction, keys to victory, everything, man, because we had a back and forth about this a couple days ago.
Yeah, we sure did. We talked about this earlier, and for me, I think what it's going to be is it's going to be a battle of Joshua's lead foot, the foot that dictates, that cuts off the ring, versus Klitschko's jab. Jarrell, you broke it down, and you said that Klitschko's jab could set up that right hand for him later on. For me, I personally, in the last 2 fights that I've seen Klitschko fight, the fights Jennings and Fury, which were, obviously a while ago, he wasn't able to pull the trigger like he normally does. I don't think, obviously he's getting up there in age, I'm not sure that he can throw combinations anymore. I don't know why, but for some reason he's throwing one punch at a time. And maybe it has something to do with his age. Maybe it has something to do with stamina. I have no idea, but for me, I think that Joshua has gotten a lot better at parrying the jab. A lot of guys have tried to jab him. They've tried to figure him out. He's able to pick the punches off before they even get it there, and he's able to shoot his right hand right after it. So not only is it just his right hand, but he's able to, jab effectively. And he's not the best. He's not the most fleet of foot. He's not going to move around and do a whole bunch of that, but his movement is very effective. Everything that Joshua does, he does with an intent. If I throw a jab down here, I'm going to feint you so that I can throw the right hand later and stuff like that. What I think it's going to come down to is Klitschko just not being able to pull the trigger. I've looked at Klitschko in the past and the things that he's been able to do, and it's not a knock on that. I know that he has experience. I just think that him not being able to pull the trigger is going to be an issue, and I think that I see Joshua stopping him in the middle rounds.
No, 8, 9 rounds.
No, I'd say about 6. Say about 6.
Man, look, nobody can be wrong in this prediction, man. Somebody gonna be wrong, but I mean, your thinking of him getting knocked out is not like, damn, this dude.
He ain't gonna be cold. I just think the ref gonna stop it, cause they stop fights early and stuff. I think it'll be about 6 rounds.
Man, look, man, I believe that Klitschko. I think the combination of Fury being 6'9", awkward, a guy who moves, being that size and moving generally in the way he does, kind of threw Vlad off. Plus, he was at a height disadvantage by 3 inches.
For the first time in his career, you know what I'm saying?
6'9". AJ gonna struggle with that. If they fight, you know what I'm saying. Wilder will struggle with that just because they used to fighting guys shorter than them. You know what I'm saying? I think that was a bad performance by Klitschko. It was, and being off 18 months doesn't help. But the experience, man. And he's never been an overcomplicated fighter. It's a jab, right hand, uppercut, left hook. You know what I'm saying? Simple and clinch you. Simple as that.
I was about to say, you missed the clinch.
in the clinch. And I was looking at Anthony Joshua's fight against Eric Molina yesterday, and the man kind of just, what's the word I'm looking for? He moves, but it's not like it's really too effective. He was just kind of plunging around, maybe because he knew it was just Eric Molina. It didn't really take that much, to get him out of there. I think he's more muscle than anything. I think that he's going to wear out around the 5th or 6th round, start to gas heavily. And I think Klitschko is really going to take advantage of that, man. He going to catch Anthony Joshua with a right hand from hell, and he going to put him out. I mean, I ain't going to say he going to put him to sleep, but he going to put him out for the count where he may get up, staggered, and referee wave it off. I think his jab is going to be the key. I think his jab is going to set the tempo. And once AJ feel that power and that velocity of that jab, he going to be like, oh, shit. Can we cancel the fight? You know what I'm saying? Because 18 fights in with a guy that's been fighting, got 60, 65 fights. That's a champion. That's just as strong. I don't know, man. Twine?
Man, I got Klitschko winning. Simply experience, and there's some things I think about Joshua that I'm like, going against a guy with that. You got to remember, Klitschko, 10-year champ. 60-plus fights, same amateur pedigree, if not more, gold medalist. He's been in there with all kind of styles, and AJ's style ain't the one that hurts him. I mean, it's the guys that can get inside and dig in him that have hurt him.
Like you said, when I cut you off, Twine, but like you brought up Brian Jennings, JG, that's an example. He was able to get inside, throw combinations, and fuck him up.
That was him working with John Jackson, John David Jackson as a trainer. His first fight under him, actually. Perfect game plan, They knew what they were going to do. Klitschko still pulled it out. Then you got, you broke it down good as far as this fight with, Fury. This was the first time that he was outsized by anyone. He had to be the guy that had to come on the inside. That's not Klitschko's style. So he's going to be able to box and do his normal jabbing against Joshua. And if you guys know anything about Klitschko, he flicks that thing like it's water. That jab is water for him, man. Another thing that worries me about Joshua is, he's gotten hurt by Dillian White, who went life and death with Derek Chisora recently. I think with his muscle mass, I don't think he can even go a full 12. So y'all gonna see the fatigue and stamina become a factor for him in this fight if you don't get him out early.
So you saying AJ stamina gonna make Canelo look like Sean Porter in there with the stamina?
Yeah, basically, I don't think he can go 12 with that muscle mass, man. I don't.
Man. He's a big motherfucker, like muscle-wise.
He was gassed in the Dillian White fight before he knocked him out, and that was round 7. So, I really think Klitschko is gonna pull this one out on experience, dog. That 18-month layoff is definitely coming in handy. He's been able to work on his craft with Jonathan Banks, out of the Crime Gym.
Who a good trainer? He's a good trainer.
Definitely a good trainer. I mean, that's great. School of Crime. You can't ever underrate those guys from over there. Big up to Uncle James Bashir Ali also. But that's definitely how I see it going down. Klitschko's experience is going to pan out, and I see a 12-round unanimous decision if he doesn't get AJ out there in the later rounds. But I'm going with the unanimous decision more than likely.
Before I let you jump in, Bernard, I'm gonna say this. What Twine brought up about the stamina issue. Maybe the way he fights AJ, he fights because he's slow and kind of methodical with it. He doesn't waste punches. Maybe that's because he knows his limits, which is nothing wrong with that at all. If you know your limits, then you try to control it the best way you can. And the same with Klitschko. Klitschko not gonna.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, and the same with Klitschko. What's up?
Yeah, I was about to say Klitschko do the same thing.
And I was about to say something about the chin. I'm about to say something about the chin. What? That's why he clinches. That's why he don't really throw too many. He know that chin can come back and rear his ugly head at any moment. So, that's why they like controlled, and that's why so far, they've been dominant. Along with the skill set. But Bernard,
I agree with everybody's except for the fight I did pick AJ. to win. I'm still sticking with it. I can see it being it'll be a potential. I don't want to say it'll be an upset because Klitschko is old, but it'd be a good name on AJ's resume. But with that though, I can see him. I'll see him. Klitschko got a chin problem, and they said Joshua got a chin problem. So this really is the battle of the chins. Who's gonna touch that chin first?
Who do y'all believe is the bigger puncher?
I think Joshua.
I say Joshua is, but I got to think. These two have sparred with each other in the past, and do you think it's been a while? Of course, Joshua was a lot more inexperienced at the time, but do you guys think that will play a factor in either camp as far as it being an advantage in this fight as well, with them sparring in the past and Klitschko actually working Joshua during those sparring sessions, from what I've heard?
It might work for Klitschko because if it fucks up, if Joshua's thinking about that shit from years ago, I got to get in there and whoop his ass, he gonna walk right into something and make the knockout happen even sooner. You know what I'm saying? So he just needs to focus on it now.
Or it could be beneficial, like, hey, I'm not going out like that. It could be a fight. I gotta get him out here. I gotta get the old lion out of here.
That's when them 10-ounce gloves, though. They got them 10 ounces on this time, no headgear.
It's different from then, though, because Klitschko wasn't fighting Father Time. Now, if we're talking about a prime Klitschko, I think Klitschko washes him. It has nothing to do with the fact that I think that Joshua's any more skilled. I just think that Father Time, nobody beats Father Time. Nobody. And I see him slowing down. The reflexes and stuff, like, I just don't see it.
Shit, we gonna see, man. That motherfucker gonna get the hug. If you get the hug in the first round, you know Klitschko is good. That motherfucker give him a good couple of hugs and shit. You like, all right, you know what I'm saying? We gonna be in for
the strategy is on. The strategy is on.
Yeah, if we mad at the fight,
jab clinch.
If we in their group messages complaining like, damn, this a boring ass fight. Vladimir's doing everything he accustomed to doing. That's why he held it for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So once the hug and get started, then we like, damn, this fight boring as fuck.
I just think, man, like Joshua is too, I won't say mechanical, but it is kind of robotic, man. It's real stiff. It's going to be interesting to see, man. I definitely think Joshua has the more of the power, but, it's not, he doesn't have the same advantages that Fury did, and he doesn't fight in a style that has given Klitschko trouble in the past as far as guys that have crowded him and got inside of him, and rocked his world.
Joshua don't seem that athletic, but that might be a crazy statement. He just don't seem like,
that motherfucker's athletic. I don't think
he really is. He really is. I see he ran like 11-second 100 meter dash. He ran like 11 seconds. So dude's is really athletic. But
his condition may help it.
In the ring.
Is it different though in the ring though? Is it that boxing athleticism in the ring to be able to do that outside? Because motherfucker can run this and that, but make the certain moves when it count. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't translate.
It doesn't translate into the ring. I
don't need nothing then.
I'm about to say he might be like me, man. Like he might just don't have no rhythm. Like he might just be a hell of an athlete, but he can't dance.
He gonna get dancing when that right hand land.
Jack haircut. You got that Switzerland stuff going on. You got that.
He said you got that Badu Jack haircut. I forgot to tell you.
Oh, hell no.
Aspiring WBC super middleweight champion cut. JG, what you tell him, man? You went to the barbershop like, give me that Badu Jack.
I told him to give me that ward.
Oh, that ward. Okay, yeah, I see that ward too. You're going to have to fade a little more off.
It's going back in, dog. Straight to the barbershop 2 days.
Anyway, man, I'm going to say this before we wrap it up. I think Wilder beats Joshua. I hope that fight happens. But, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Vladimir, KO 8, he going to make Joshua dance this weekend. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's the stinky leg or the nay-nay or whatever it is, but that right hand.
You got KO.
Yeah, clean KO. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. David Price 2.0. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
Supposedly, David Price knocked out Anthony Joshua in their sparring sessions, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Like that's just.
Oh, damn.
Man, I don't want to hear nothing. Corey Sanders knocked out Vladimir, and he was trash.
But that's
Yeah.
In front of everybody.
Rest his soul, Corey Sanders. But yeah, he did blast out. It was funny too. I was just looking at this shit. That was Layman Brewster. I was watching.
Layman did too.
And there's another motherfucking name I can't pronounce that is irrelevant that knocked him out too.
Purity, I think. Ross Purity.
Yeah, maybe that's who it was. If he had the chin of his brother, he'd be undefeated.
Man, heavyweights, bro. Heavyweights, man. Anybody can get out at any time, man.
Yeah, all it takes is one punch with them big motherfuckers. Very true.
Damn, bro. If he got knocked out by David Price, was this recent? Like how long ago was they saying this?
Maybe a year or two ago. I've been hearing about it. This was just rumors that that was coming across as far as the forums and shit like that.
Kind of George Gill.
Kind of Earl Spence and Adrien Broner thing. It was making the rounds like that. You know what I'm saying? Just hearsay.
Y'all think it happened?
Yeah, I think it happened.
I think it happened. Yeah, I think it did.
Well, he definitely dancing now there because David Price some shit. In my JG voice, he's some shit. You know what I'm saying? So, get knocked out by David Price. David Price 2.0 come Saturday.
David Price was nice at one point, though.
Yeah, before he fought somebody, until he fought Tony Thompson.
Yo, he nice until he can take a punch.
Joshua nice, too, until he fight Klitschko this Saturday night.
Exactly. I mean,
Klitschko was nice until he fought Sanders.
Judging Josh like motherfucking judging them off of fights like Dominic Brazil, Charles Martin, Dillian White, Kevin Johnson. Like, this is what we're saying. He's gonna be Klitschko based off of those guys. Hell the fuck no.
Hey, look, Father Time waits for no man.
Yeah, old woman. Yeah, Father Time undefeated. It gets you eventually.
18. How long has it been off? 18 months.
Did y'all think that Joe Smith was gonna knock B-Hop out the ring?
Shit, no. I thought he was gonna defy.
No, but you know what? But once I saw Bernard tippy toeing, I knew it was gonna happen.
That motherfucker tippy like his feet were hurting. Like, shit, I cut my toenails.
You never know until you.
Once I saw him tap dancing instead of moving, I knew it was gonna happen. I've actually watched footage of Klitschko in training for this fight. He's looked fucking good as hell.
He dancing and shit. He got Hayden Terry probably in there doing something for him because he feeling youthful and shit.
I didn't see any footage of B-Hop prior to the Joe Smith fight. So
man, that motherfucker train probably just eating coffee and bagels and shit. That's it. It ran. That's it. He ain't no sparring.
Motherfucking B-Hop was in there tap dancing, boy. Once I saw that shit, I knew.
Oh, he was dancing and everything like.
Yeah, he was in there tippy toeing. You know what I'm saying? Gregory Hines.
Hey, he gonna be forever known as the Common Man. Shit, that shit was funny as fuck. He said, "That's the Common Man." I don't get what he said. I don't get beat by common men. Shit, he got knocked the fuck out. Hey, every time B-Hop faced some type of adversity, man, at least when he got older, he got that same look on his face. Hey, you remember when Chad threw him out the ring? Hey, he woke up like somebody threw some cold water. I'm like, what the fuck happened, bro? Like your old ass had been happening, bro.
Hey, do you remember when he took the picture with the ice pack after the fight? Like he was a sad puppy dog. You know what I'm talking about?
Chad, don't someone having that shit, man. Chad said, get your old ass off me, man. Fuck that shit. Hell no, bro. That's some funny shit, man. It's always funny.
He pushed me. It wasn't a punch. He pushed me.
I showed I was like, damn, he knocked his ass out. And like replay, like, no. I think that motherfucker could have continued. Like, fuck that shit. That motherfucker was a little too fast right there. Let me go on. That motherfucker. The common man.
My shoulder.
Yeah, he was like a little kid, man, for real. You know how you just trying to explain. He was like, this is what happened, for real, trying to convince you that it was hurt. He probably got in that locker room and shut the door like, shit, I dodged the bullet right there. Shit, so. No, man, we about to wrap it up, man. This been a good show, man. I want to thank my boy Bernard from the Truth and Facts About Boxing for joining in. He about to fall asleep over there.
No, actually, I was reading something about Corey Sanders. That's all.
Yeah, man. That's how he got taken out. But my boy Twine the Divine Liberty, I don't know if he watching basketball, plotting on his next move out of the country or what. And my bro, JG, CBT. Until next time, man, we out. Peace.